We are back at it. We are camping this weekend and we have made it to Point Farms Provincial Park. We are camping here this weekend for 3 nights and it is our first time here. We have an amazing site 180, which is right across from this beautiful view. So let's go see what this park has to offer and what we get up to this weekend. Point Farms Provincial Park is located in Goderich, Ontario on the shores of Lake Huron. It's about 3 hours and 15 minutes from both Toronto and Windsor and about 1 hour and 40 minutes from London. The park offers 6 group camping sites and over 200 car camping sites in 2 campgrounds. Point Farms is popular for its beautiful natural sandy beach, birding, biking, and leisurely hiking trails. It's a charming park and is conveniently located to many amenities in the area. So the filling station here has 2 filling spots. This short one kind of looks like it's not a spot, but it is. It's just not on a pole. And then there is one on the other side, which is on the good side for our trailer. So that's the one that Alan will be using. So you do have to drive through the dumping station here to get to the water filling station, but the good news is there are 2 lanes. So if somebody's dumping and you need to get around, you can. And both of the hoses here at the dumping stations are threaded, so if you need that, it is available here. Now let's go check out what Alan is up to. He told me I wouldn't know how to fill the trailer because it's a 2-step process, and I don't know what either of the steps are. And I said, well, the second step must be putting the water into the trailer. But Alan, what was the first step?
Step 1, you need one of these so you can turn the water on and off right from here. Doesn't make a mess. And this goes right into the trailer to make life a lot easier.
Okay, so I was right about step 2, but I would have skipped step 1. And I actually think step 1 is optional, so I would have been okay. Good morning from day 2 here at Point Farms. We are up fairly early, have our coffees, and we are about to head into Goderich to look around. We've made it to Goderich and it was only about a 10-minute drive down the road, and our first stop is at the farmers market. So the farmers market is open from 8 to 2 on Saturdays. I'm not sure how long it runs throughout the year, but we're gonna go take a look now. We just stopped at the artisanal sourdough bakery and they had a special today, 2 cheese buns and 2 pretzels for $10, and that's gonna be our breakfast. So now that we've fueled up, we are going to continue walking around the square area. It's basically just a perimeter of booths selling various goods. We also got these crispy cheese toppings. It's called baked cheese, and it's 4 kinds of cheese, and basically you can just use it as a topping on things. Or if you're like me and just like crispy cheese, you could just eat it from the package because it's really good. The town of Goderich actually reminds me a lot of Stars Hollow, if anyone is a fan of the Gilmore Girls. It just has such a quaint and charming vibe here. The center of the town is so cute, and they've got all of the different farmers booths and different vendors around the town square. So they have things like honey, fruit and vegetables, baked goods, the bread, just carvings and different handiwork. It's a really cute spot to come if you're in the area, whether you're camping or just passing through. We also had to stop at Treats by Danielle to get a huge stuffed cookie. It was delicious, and her baking is surprisingly all vegan. And no cookie treat would be complete without coffee, so we also stopped a few booths down at Metalhead Coffee Company to get an espresso for Alan and a cappuccino for me. The owner, Chris, roasts all of his coffee beans, and you can purchase bags of his coffee to brew at home. The beach area here is just beautiful. It is a rocky beach, but the water is a nice bright blue color, and there's nice walking paths here. So if you are in Goderich and want to go for a leisurely stroll, definitely come down by the waterfront. And a good thing to know if you are coming down to the waterfront area, that paid parking is in effect. It's $5 an hour, and you can pay on an app or at the little kiosk here, so just know that before you come. We've arrived at our next stop, and this is the Huron Historic Jail. Let's go inside. The Huron Historic Jail is a really interesting attraction to check out if you're in Goderich. It was open from 1841 to 1972 and was built in the shape of an octagon. Inside, you can walk around the grounds and also the governor's house, which is all done up with historic artifacts that were from that time period. There's an audio guide too, so we've been able to learn a lot more about the governor's house, the jail itself, and just some historical information from that time period. And we wouldn't know what we were looking at if we didn't have this audio guide, so it's very helpful if you are here on this tour. Well, I guess I'm lucky to be let out of the jail because I was in here for profane language, but now we are off to our next destination. We decided to check out a local hiking trail that takes you over the Minnesotong Bridge, which was a historic railway line that's been converted into a pedestrian bridge. This bridge offers some beautiful views of the river below. There's a golf course here, there's a trailer park over there. It's actually quite lovely, very breezy up here too. So if you are coming to Goderich, come take a look at this bridge and go for a little hike because the scenery is awesome. Then, surprise, we went to Cowbell Brewing Company, which is just 20 minutes outside of the park in Blythe. We stopped in with our friends to get some flights and lunch. This is a very popular brewery, and we can confirm why. The food and beer were amazing. We're on our way back from Cowbell Brewery now back to the campground, and on the way we found a house that was selling firewood for $5 a bag. You just put the money in the little container there and take the bags, and the bags are massive. So if you're on your way back, I think this might be Blythe Road. I'll have to confirm. I'll put it somewhere on the screen if it's not. And anyways, look for the house with $5 firewood. The park store here has firewood and ice. Plus, there is tons of merchandise and different essentials inside if you need to pick anything up. They've got different types of food, condiments, plus plenty of different branded merchandise. So if you're looking for hoodies, t-shirts, hats, they have tons of options inside. So let's talk about the campsites here. There are two campgrounds, Colborne and Huron. Huron is radio free, and in total there's about 200 sites between the two campgrounds. And if you're looking for non-electric, about 60 of these sites are non-electric, the rest are electric sites. In the Huron campground, they have a nice centrally located comfort station that has flush toilets for men and women, showers, and there's even a laundry room. They are $3 per load for washing and drying. And just across from it is a little parkette area. The Colborne campground also has a centrally located comfort station with flush toilets for men and women. They also have showers and laundry facilities here, and just like the other one, it's $3 to wash and $3 to dry. I would also note that it is kept very clean. I think that these aren't the newest comfort stations per se, but they are very well maintained. Down at the main beach area, there is a beautiful sandy beach. It does have some rocks on it though, and it looks like some of the water areas here have sandbars, so you can walk out to them, and it's really shallow, and then you can go out pretty far. And the weather that we're having this weekend seems like it would be a perfect beach weekend. And it's the last weekend of September, so that's pretty nice. And another good thing to know if you are coming down to the beach area is that they do have washrooms down here and picnic tables, but there really isn't a lot of shade, so if you do want some shade, make sure you bring your own beach umbrella or a little beach tent. There is also quite a bit of parking down here at the beach, and if you have a dog, you can head right to the end of the parking lot area, and that is where the dog beach is, but closer to the main entrance of the beach that is just for humans. I'm the chef this morning. We have thick cut bacon, hash browns, eggs, I was gonna cook those, and toast on the menu. We're all cleaned up. We're just getting ready to head into town so that we can go get some more firewood where we got it from yesterday, and we're gonna look for a winery. We just arrived at Maelstrom Winery. We were waiting for our friends to get here, but it looks like a beautiful place to go and enjoy a nice glass of wine or a tasting. They have a nice outdoor seating area, and it was a beautiful drive to get up here to the winery. It's about 30 to 35 minutes away from Point Farm, so if you are looking to visit a winery, you can come to this one. It's not too far away. On the website, there are only 3 trails listed: the Old Farms Trail, the Ravine Trail, and the Below the Bluffs Trail. But as you can see here, there's a Tortoise Trail, a Hare's Trail, and then there's a few pathways that connect Colburn to Huron. So there's plenty of walking opportunities here at this park. And now we're about to head out on the Below the Bluffs Trail, which requires us to go down a very large set of stairs. So once you do get to the bottom of the stairs, there are 3 ways you can go. To my right, your left, would be to the main beach area and the parking lot. Behind me is to the beach, and to my left, your right, would be to the rest of the Below the Bluff Trail. And right now, we're headed to the beach. Let's go. Wow, the water is really rough today. Yesterday the waves were coming in, but they did not have white caps on top of them, so it looks like it's definitely not a good day to go swimming.
So quick update, we didn't get lost. We're right on the path we should have been, which is very interesting because the path kind of ended. We went down to the beach, went up through an unmarked area, and just ended up back on the path. I kind of wish it was better marked down there, but at the same time, at least we didn't die.
However, on the negative side, we have another ginormous set of stairs that we need to go up to actually get to the Ravine Trail. So we're gonna do this leisurely, nice and slow, and eventually hope we get to the top. We made it to the exit, however, we don't actually know where we are really. So there is a sign that's saying if we go this way, we'll be headed to Colburn, which is our campsite. So I think you just have to walk along the road at this point. And it's a good thing we came this way because we can go check out the Sterling Barn, which we wouldn't have seen if we didn't go on this hike. So it said it was home to the Point Farms Activity Center until 2006 when it was closed due to structural degradation. So they have heritage days that offer demonstrations, quilting, weaving, rug hooking, etc. And now it's just a barn standing in a field. So you can look at it from the outside and read the sign. The barn was built in 1889, renovated in 1974, and closed in 2006. So we aren't exactly sure where we are right now, but we did find a really big fire pit area with a bunch of benches. So there might be like a communal fire pit area that you could use here, or it could be part of group camping. We're not entirely sure.
I think I figured out which way we need to go here. There's no real signage. I don't really know, but taking a look at those story time trails, and we've got sign 11, the one after that sign 12. So I'm assuming back that way will be sign 10 and 987. Back to 1.
So we found a map, and as you can see, the red dot is where we are. So we just did the Tortoise Trail, and that was the campfire area that we saw. And now we are taking the Hare's Trail back to the Colburn campground, which will lead us over back by the field area where we were just earlier. And at the end of the trail that we were just on, there is a nice big open field area with horseshoes. There are no horseshoes there though, so you may have to get those at the office or bring your own. And there's even a little diamond area, so maybe for cricket or baseball. I've got my coffee, and now I just want to go find a nice comfortable spot to do my likes and dislikes because it's our final morning here and I need to let you know what I thought about this park. So let me start with what I didn't like about this park. I really can't think of anything. Everything was great. This is a smaller park, so there aren't way too many sites here for the facilities that they have. The comfort stations are centrally located within the campgrounds. They have toilets available throughout the park, and I believe that they're flush toilets for the most part, even down at the beach. And the beach area is absolutely beautiful. I loved the beach area. The trails here were pretty great as well. They had the Ravine Trail, the Below the Bluff Trail, there was a Hare and Tortoise Trail. The only one we didn't do was the one that goes around the entire park. We just didn't have time for it on this visit, so if we come back next time, we will definitely give that one a try. The location of this park is amazing, so if you need amenities nearby, Goderich is right there. It's just a short drive down the road, which makes it super convenient if you forget anything and need to pick something up, or if you just want to go out and explore like we do. They had the farmers market. There's so much to see and do in the area, so I would definitely recommend checking out this park if you like to get outside of the park and experience the neighboring towns and attractions. Another thing to mention was our cell coverage. We have Rogers and Bell, and Rogers was pretty good. Bell was a little spotty in areas, but overall we found we had great coverage throughout the park. Before we get packed up, I did want to give you a quick tour of our site. We are on site 180, which is in a great location. It's close to the comfort station. There's a little viewpoint looking out over the lake right across the street from us. And it's a pretty nicely sized site and private because it's right on the end. I hope you enjoyed seeing around Point Farms Provincial Park and the Goderich area, and that this video can be helpful for you if you're planning a trip here in the future. And as always, if you like this video, don't forget to leave a like, subscribe to my channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming camping and travel videos. Thanks for watching, and I will catch you in the next one.